We're live, everyone.
Okay, I'm just making my phone. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Town Council's Planning Committee. And as I always say, Sandhurst Town Council is a statutory consultee in the planning process, and the decisions we make tonight are recommendations only to the local planning authority, which is Bracknell Forest. And I'll go straight into our agenda with apologies for absence.
So that's Councillor Mrs Hill, Councillor Mossam and Councillor Widdowson.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. And any of us remaining, have we any interest to declare? There are none. And I'd like to move the minutes of the planning committee held on the 27th of October as a true record. Is that seconded? This is unanimously approved. I'll sign them at the end of the meeting. That's good. And we'll move straight on to the first item on our agenda tonight, and that is 25006334, 39 Keeble Way, Ellesmere, and it's a proposed carport to front of existing garage. And you can see there, and I've asked for the picture, the street scene to be brought up because I'm somewhat concerned that if we look around, it's the only carport in the road, and that comes forward, and there's a garage to the right there, but which is forward of the building line, but this appears more pronounced into the building line and the character of the area. So I'm interested in members' thoughts and comments on that. I've also got concerns as to how the rainwater will be managed, given that the roof is flat. And when you look at, you can see it says guttering to match existing. Well, that's only on the one side. And with the flat roof, it's not set to be sloped or anything like that. With a flat roof, that rain can go either way. Now, if to remedy it, they seek to put, if you can go back to that previous picture, if they look to put a gutter on the other side, that, given the drawings, would be overhanging the neighbour's property and would be unneighbourly, and of course, given the concerns of the neighbour, that would exacerbate that situation. So I'm minded at this stage to consider refusal, but I'm interested in members' comments before I move.
Yes, I think, Chairman, your points about the guttering are well taken. There's also, of course, if it's going to be a flat roof, there's the aspect of maintenance as well, which means that you wouldn't have access unless the permission was granted by the next door neighbour. Any maintenance would have to be done on their side. Well, they're entitled to obviously put forward an application. We don't have to know that it's going to be for a car or for agricultural machinery or anything like that. That's not a planning matter. I think in terms of the appearance, the difficulty is that they all seem a bit different. I think there's a bungalow, if we can, Darcy, bring up the photograph of it. If you have a bungalow on the left, and on the right-hand side, you've got this rather strange arrangement of having some gates and then the parking diagonally. Yeah. So, each one is different.
Well, with this photograph, the other element, which is drawn to our attention by one of the objectors, is if you bring that forward 5 meters, and 5 meters is the middle of that second, not third panel from the road.
Yes.
Right. You bring the edge of that upright for it, and if the vehicle coming in cannot fit under the carport, you've got a car parking problem with the number of spaces available.
Yes, yes.
So I'm still not comfortable that the width, if you, cause your grief again there, Darcy, but if you go back to that picture, if you look at the width, it shows it's from the it's from the outside of the uprights.
Mhm.
Right. Well, if the uprights are 150 mil each, you lock 300 off that, and you've got a pretty small car at 1.8.
But we can't necessarily assume that it will be for a car.
Well,
It
that's
could be for a motorbike.
well, and that's the issue I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is does the physical area
Mhm.
that it denies a car, say,
Yes.
does it cause a conflict
Overflow
with the
situation.
arrangements?
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah. I think the only other observation I'd have is that being a flat roof and it's described as polycarbonate roof, my experience of conservatories is that actually polycarbonate is extremely noisy when it rains.
Yeah. Yes.
And it could have an impact actually on the next door neighbour. But no, that's an observation. Chairman, I do share your concern. I think it's been, obviously the applicant has looked at it, but maybe not considered potentially as you've pointed out, the guttering aspect and the maintenance aspects and the impact on the neighbour.
As a matter of course, you do have the right to enter your neighbour's property for the purposes of maintenance of your own property.
Yes.
So, but to get that put there in the first place, that's the bit that's troubling me. So it may look, when I first saw this, I just thought, oh, yeah. But then when examining it in more detail, I'm interested in your views, members.
Do we have a plan view that shows the house and the whole plot?
Yes. Yeah, there we are.
Okay, so it does go parallel to the
And then
doesn't it?
the assumption I've taken, councillor, was having shown a car, I'm assuming it's for a car.
Yes, I'm not. Yes.
So that shows it's still got parking for two vehicles, doesn't it?
Yes. Two vehicles if you want one to have forward and reverse.
Yeah.
So you'd only be reversing one out at a time.
But is it not three vehicles? Because you've still got the garage. The garage is being retained.
The garage.
Yes.
is
So,
being
you know,
retained.
it was still, in terms of the configuration, okay, it's an awkward arrangement, but you could reverse that vehicle in blue and then still exit from the garage.
And parking isn't the main issue I'm concerned.
We're assuming it's a 3-bedroom property
Yes.
anyway, as opposed to a 4-bedroom.
That's right.
I can see.
So the two, even if but to be honest, getting two in on that area that isn't the car park isn't easy, but it's not impossible.
But also, I believe, is it not? Can we go back to the photograph? I believe it's actually got 2 drop curbs, hasn't it?
It's got a wide,
Because if you look at the red car, is that not a drop curb?
that one's there, yeah.
That's
But
nice.
So
technically it's a
effectively
single.
then, even with the carport,
Yeah.
you could still you wouldn't need to manoeuvre behind the carport to then park where the red car is. You would use the second access.
The red car isn't part of the application. That's a different house,
Oh, sorry.
That one.
totally
Oh.
different house.
Oh, sorry.
This is the application.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, and yes, I understand. Okay.
I suppose we don't know if the neighbours have made any comments about this. do
But
we?
there were some
Yes, there are.
objections you said.
Yes, number
Objection.
40. There are 2 objections,
Uh-huh.
and that's where my attention was drawn to the width of the thing, was it going to cause a displacement?
Is that what their objection was? Was it what were
Yes. And to be honest, the other element of their objection was inappropriate in the street scene, which is the one that I've looked
Yes,
at
I
most
appreciate
closely.
that, Chairman.
And that would be, that I believe is the stronger substantial material consideration.
Yes,
So that came from the neighbours that we're seeing to the right there.
To the right, to
the right. Okay, so they would actually have a visual impact of that.
Yeah.
Protruding above their fence.
Well,
wouldn't they? Just about.
if you
Because the
look
fence
again,
drops
if I
down,
show you
yes.
the height, because you've got a
it seems to start at
1.8.
and then
yeah.
it drops down to what maybe looks like about a metre
Well, the height
on the
at the
fence.
side is 3.3 meters.
I don't know if that helps.
That's the one. Thank you. Yeah. No, well, that
Doesn't show
one,
the fence,
but
doesn't
you
it?
can see the height of the carport,
Yes, and the silhouette of
relevant to the slope of the roof.
Mhm.
If you now go back to the basic plan, right, what you see is they present the height as that. Photograph again, please. If you see the height of the roof,
Yes.
Yes.
that's where the
Yes.
carport's going to be.
Yeah.
That's going to come all the way forward
Yeah.
to the middle of that panel, where just that panel there, it's going to
Yes.
come all the way forward to there. So there will be a visual impact on the
It's-
neighbour,
yes.
but also in the street scene driving around, it will be quite predominant.
It is unbelievably.
That's my thoughts.
Yes,
Like the orientation of that, so we can see, because thinking that the neighbour might be shaded by it as well.
I don't know.
But I don't think that is sufficient because of the angles.
No problem.
But if you wanted to just go and look, if you want to go back into the photograph and just exit street view, can you exit street view the way I
Let's
do?
try this and see if it will take me out.
Yes, that's what I
Just zoom.
zoom back in down where the thing
So
is.
it's
Yeah.
basically facing north, isn't it?
Yeah.
Northeast.
Oh, never
I
mind.
don't know what I've done here.
No, it's facing south, isn't it? Sorry, we're looking at, it's on the north side of the road, is it?
Just come out.
Yes, so it's facing south. So it would create shade in the evening, wouldn't it, in the summer?
I just wanted to show you the relationship of it with the other
Yeah.
properties
Yes.
around.
Yes,
But you don't need to be in 3D. So
That wasn't north, that was it?
What's done this? It's gone all massive. Right, let me just see.
It's north up there, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, north straight.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's no, probably
Now that
not,
if
it's
you
not gonna
just
shade.
that is, if you can, are you able to zoom in? Yeah, I would. No, it's only 3D. You haven't got zoom on there. That's
So that just does that.
Yeah,
It's
you don't. 2D is flat.
Let me scroll down any
But-
closer.
I don't think. There we are. That's it. There we are.
Yeah, so it won't shade it then because it's.
Can you see? Yeah.
it's
Can you
the
see
north
that?
of their fence.
But if you're going to bring that forward, right, you're going to have built form forward of the entire building line in that road. Do you not see? And therefore, I believe it is out of character and
yes, I support your view, Chairman.
Okay,
The
I'm-
recommendations.
in that case, I'm not
proposal, I'm
going to.
happy to second that
Okay,
recommendation.
let me read the refusal on the grounds that it is out of character with the area as it projects forward of the building line, and to assist us, I'm looking at refusal reasons 2017, which is the proposed extension by reason of size and scale will be out of keeping with the design and character of the existing dwelling and would have an adverse impact on the appearance of the property and the visual amenity of the area as a whole. That's the formal.
Yes.
So it's 217, and the other one is 218, which is the size and scale of proposed, would be out of keeping with the design of nearby dwelling and would have an undesirable impact on the overall appearance of the area. That's 2018. As always, I can let you have the notes that I've put together. So that is my proposal. It's been seconded by Councillor Brossard. All those in favour, and that is unanimous. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm going to move us on to agenda item 2, which is 006. Oh, that was
649.
006 was the last 3 of my service number. How about that? 00649 stroke full, 46 Oxford Road, and which you'll see is proposed single-storey front extension and internal alterations. This one was interesting, being alongside the block, the garage block. At first, when I saw that, I thought, that's a big garage. Then I realised it was a block of garages. And at one point, I wondered whether the drawings were the right way round, but I did eventually sort it out. Number 46 there. I don't believe there are any material planning reasons.
And no objections from residents.
There's no objections from residents, and the size is in keeping, and there are other houses in the road with those sloping roof fronts. So I'm happy to move no material comments or objections.
Chris is seconded.
Chris has seconded.
Taking
Councillor Ives has seconded it, and that's unanimous. Thank you. Okay, and I'm moving on now to 00666. Ooh, 3 6s, folks. Got to keep an eye on this one. And this is a section 73 application to vary the condition 1, etc. For clarification, this application seeks to allow changes to the window colour. I will say that's retrospective, but
we also have a photograph which I took.
Yeah.
Of that actually shows the colour of the windows, which I describe as probably charcoal.
Anthracite, they call it.
Anthracite, right.
I used to have a car in that colour.
Anthracite.
RAL 70616, anthracite. Now, whilst not finding any material reasons to object to this, I did chuckle when I saw these photographs, which are nowhere near it. They're in separate different roads, and they're not actually in the same road. So making the points a bit like saying somewhere in the town there are people with coloured windows like ours. But those are not. I mean, that's just to show you what dark coloured windows look like.
Well, yeah, but those I describe as probably mahogany. Or...
Yeah, well, yeah, there you are. But that said, I did have a chuckle, as I say, over them. I don't see any material reason why we
Obviously, I'm very familiar with this estate because it's
Yes.
part of central Sandhurst.
Yep.
It is also, as we know, it's got special character along down Lodge.
Yep.
The houses or the properties rather, were built in the 50s, a mixture of bungalows, chalet bungalows and houses.
Yep.
And they certainly have a certain character. And we recognise, of course, Chairman, that some of the properties have undergone really quite significant grand designs, alterations. This particular property, in fact, has been going on for about 5 years, in part because of COVID. Obviously, that delayed things, building materials. I do have a concern that although you look at the property next door, which has the white wooden or UPVC windows, here what we have is a contrast. And I think it's fair to say that there are no other properties on this estate, Longdown Lodge estate, that have windows proposed of this particular colour. I personally think that it's incongruous. I think it's out of character.
Okay. Well,
But that's a personal view.
these pictures are taken just round the corner. They want that these pictures are taken on these supporting.
Oh, all right, yeah, but
They are taken
yes,
in Primrose Way
yes, okay,
and
Yes.
Greenways.
Yeah.
And when we look in the character area assessment for the area, Greenways, right, typical architectural approach and boundary treatments. We see to be a consistent architectural approach, predominant building material, red, orange, brick, and clay. Roof forms are pitched, roofs with hip. Buildings are set in consistent line. All houses are detached to. It doesn't mention. It doesn't go to the detail of what colour.
But Chairman, in fact, normally, as we know with planning applications, the case officer's recommendation is materials to match existing, materials being brickwork, being roof, and also being windows to match existing.
Okay.
Which is why, obviously, it was authorised or approved as part of the earlier authorisation, and now what we've got is an amendment seeking permission for the alternative anthracite windows to be installed.
So, do you wish to move refusal?
Yes, I do.
And
I think it's out of character.
Do we have a picture of the actual building itself?
well, you'll need to get that one on.
No, that was section 1B. In fact, you could just about see my head poking out.
Yeah,
From the
that's
mirror.
what it is now. It's that.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah,
That's it, there we are.
yeah.
Okay.
It's anthracite. I do describe it charcoal, but I'm happy that anthracite is. And it covers it covers the upstairs. Well, obviously it had to because all of there's consistency of colour. But when you look at next door, which appears to be quite a modest bungalow in itself, there you have the normal characteristic of the white with either wood or UPVC windows. I just feel that it is out of character.
Well,
I don't. It seems more in character with the building.
yeah.
itself.
Could you get it on Street View, because
Like,
I can support what you're saying, because when you go up and down the street in Street View, it's all white. I think you have to go right almost up
Yes,
to
yes.
keep the King's
And-
Keep
and-
to
and
get
where the
different
windows have been
colours.
replaced. They've been replaced by like for like.
Okay, but then you just
white when the houses were built, I seem to think that there were various colours. The original- Some of the original buildings haven't been modified at all.
There are some few original ones, but not very many because
But they're not white, are they?
there are a small number of bungalows remaining, Chris, but those one day will be the subject of change. Oh, that's it.
This way or no?
That's one.
There are. I think it's
It's
They're
36.
mostly white, aren't they?
number 36.
Let's go this way. Can't see it. It's 38.
I think to the
it's
right.
next to it's next
Can we
to
go a
the
bit
phone
further
box,
down?
just a bit further back,
Yes,
but just there.
by the letterbox.
You
There
can't
it is.
see it because
In fact,
of the.
funnily enough, is that my photograph or is that a Google photo?
That's a Google
Look,
picture.
This is
It's
Street
funny
View.
enough, the photograph
was a
that I
van
had showed the
looking
van
at-
in the way, but I took it at a different angle. Whereas there, of course, it's unfortunate with a van, you can't really see what has happened.
No. So that's That's what has happened.
And again, you look at, there's another property that those may well be wooden windows because it looks to be part of an original specification, even the garage door.
Now,
is
if
white.
you keep coming like that,
White.
now, if you go
White.
off up, if you
White.
go off up the road, there you are. I couldn't find until
White.
I got to the King's Heath,
garage
right
door.
at the end. Yeah,
White, white.
Yeah, it's all
They're all white.
in keeping.
Yeah. And these
With
these
the
seem to be the
characteristics.
subjects of adaptation.
That's the one right at the end.
And you go just round the corner there, and you start to get a different colour, which is,
Yeah.
you know, this is why
It-
I commented.
I feel that the consistency is important. The symmetry, the colour,
Okay, so
the
give us a.
character.
I'm just, I'm seeing if there's a installation of a window. Scale and dwelling will be keeping with the design of nearby dwelling. Yes, so the size and scale of the proposed dwelling will be out of keeping with the design of nearby dwellings and would have an undesirable impact on the overall appearance of the area.
So the size
That
and
comes
Yes,
close.
it does. I concur with that.
Sorry.
The size and scale, we're talking about sort of matter of taste, really, aren't we?
Well, when you take all the windows, they are contributing to
Yes.
the size and scale and impact of the harm to the street scene,
Yeah, to the street. Yes, yes.
in my view.
Yeah. Well,
Does that?
I'm
Are you happy with
the
that?
way that you summed it up? You know, I do feel that
Well,
it's
it's your motion,
It's
councillor.
just, I just find that it would be incongruous when viewed against adjacent properties that have a white UPVC or white wooden window construction, and it would be, I think it would be out of character.
Okay, so we can just do
I'm-
that there.
I'm happy with what you read out, Chairman. That encapsulates what I said in an articulate way.
Well, that's so. Your motion then is in accordance with the reason 2018 in our planning guidance. Right, refusal development in residential areas. I'm happy to second that.
Right, thank you, Chairman.
All those in favour?
Of refusal.
I'll abstain on that one.
Okay, no, it's majority decision. Lovely.
Democracy.
Okay. Yeah, that was, we're moving on. And that was 34 Beach Ride, wasn't it? Yeah, and we will now move on to 00669 Aldi's 390 Yorktown Road, College Down, which is another section 73 application to vary conditions of previous application, which was approved on appeal, I believe, and it's to add an extra hour, enable deliveries between 5 o'clock in the morning and 11 o'clock at night, which is adding an additional hour in the morning to when deliveries can be made.
But Monday to Saturday, Chairman, excluding Sunday.
Well, Sundays, I think, they, oh, doesn't it say so in
It
here?
says here, this application seeks to extend the
Yeah.
permitted hours of delivery from 6 AM to 2300 hours,
Yeah.
Monday to Saturday by an additional hour in the morning
Yeah,
to enable deliveries between 5 and 11 PM,
Yeah.
Monday to Saturday.
that's right. And if I can open up the conversation with my consideration that I believe that's very unneighbourly, and that I don't believe approving the extra hour is good, and I think there will be additional harm, and so I will be recommending refusal. And one of the things I want, and you've got that one's fine for the time being. One of the things that the report, the 177 pages, I think, of the report that they got done about the noise assessment is, in my view, somewhat flawed, in as much as it shows the point. Can you zoom out a bit so I can see a bit more of it? That's it. It says the point at which people are closest to the noise is down there on the left in Freya Road. I don't believe that is the case, because there are habitable dwellings over the shops in Yorktown Road.
Yes, there are.
Right? Yes, and those are much closer. There, can you see those? Those are habitable dwellings. So, and I tend to, when a consultant puts a report together and gets a basic fact like that wrong,
It questions the rest of it.
it calls into question the rest of it.
Where is he assuming that the noise is being generated from then?
Can you see the it's just there.
It would be
That's the loading.
it's a loading bay. I
So
think it could be described as.
If you go on Google Earth, you can actually get into the back into the car park, and I'll show you there what I was talking about.
It's the loading bay that's going to be noise, isn't it?
It's Freya Mead is the road I should have been saying, and of course, in the objections, there aren't just noise complaints from Freya Mead, but also Hogarth Close.
Yes.
So the impact is still
Yes.
on a wider area. Now, if you can get into,
I'm just going to go there and see what
Yeah.
takes me first.
now if you can get a bit further in, that's it. There, if you go, you'll see what that's it. You're nearly there.
Yeah, where the concrete.
Yeah,
That's the loading bay.
but can you see literally just those? That's it. Those are the flats along the top, much closer than right. And if I continue,
There's also, well, yes, okay.
right, the one of the elements also that I found interesting was they talk about noise levels and so forth, and I was interested in their survey done on July 2025, where they show decibel ratings. If you look, and it says orange line represents noise from delivery activity. Well, all the other lines show quite a bit of noise at other times, but the delivery activity lasts for 36 minutes and 33 seconds. Right? Now, if that's happening a few yards away from you,
From 6 o'clock.
from 5 o'clock this is now asking to go at 5 o'clock in the morning,
Yes.
right? If somebody's arriving there at 5 o'clock in the morning, then you do have a noise problem, because even, I mean, we're all sitting here with our woolies on, but it wasn't so long ago the night temperatures made it necessary to throw
Yes.
windows open
Yes. Yeah.
in order to be comfortable.
Yes.
Right now, it's at times like that we have to consider whether the impact is going to be such that it's not going to contribute to the health and well-being of the residents living nearby to it. No.
Previous applications when it was
It-
intros or say
Yeah,
made for similar application.
yes, they did refuse what, and again, one of the reasons was noise, and that's why on appeal, one of the reasons why it wasn't at that time accepted. But this is adding an hour to the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
During the-
which is, yes, it's in my view, the critical time because people need sleep, and particularly young people living in that area cannot be woken up and disturbed. So if in the evening it's staying at 11 o'clock, so that has been established. Some of the interesting points from the study that they had done, it talks of the need for mitigation of the noise. Now, so the whole of this report doesn't say there's no noise,
No.
right? And it confirms that there are noise levels, right, up to, and in several areas in that, up to 60 decibels, etc. And of course, it does state when dust carts deliver, but as that's only a couple of times a week.
Does it have recommendations for mitigating the noise?
Yes, in the report, it states it's got a section called delivery activity noise reduction measures. Okay, so it's in my view recognizing the level of noise needs further mitigation.
Yes. What I'm thinking is if that mitigation was effective, that it would actually might be an overall improvement, because from 6 o'clock onwards it would still be quieter. If it's effective, that is. If it's not effective or not fully effective, it's just an extra nuisance, isn't it?
A lot of a number of the recommendations say staff to be instructed to work quietly.
Yes, because they're the storages, they get taken out, of course, put onto the ramp and then lowered down to ground level. But how do you police that?
So yes,
barrier or something maybe, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing that always annoys me, and I hear it from my own bedroom window, when lorries are manoeuvring in Hartsleep Road, but as soon as they stick a reverse gear, you hear the beep, beep, beep,
Yeah, there's that.
etc. And that is an intrusive form in itself. Oddly enough, at whatever decibel level, that beep, beep, beep noise is.
Agree with it, yeah.
You're talking about the reversing beep.
Sorry?
Are you talking about the
reversing
beep.
No, because in fact, to be fair, I think we dealt with this original application
By
back
saying
before the
switch it
council.
off.
And in fact, there was a requirement that they should be turned off when reversing,
Okay.
because it was a residential area. I made a note of that, but I am aware that that was one of the conditions originally that applied to this, and also applied, I think, to Aldi in Birch Hill. Again, for the reversing one. But the thing I'm concerned about, Chairman, a couple of things. Can we bring up the site plan again, Darcy? Because very next door to that is another development which is called Cavendish Park. And that's mobile homes.
That's mobile.
Which invariably have single glazed windows and fairly thin insulation.
Correct.
And I think, is there a picture that we've got, Darcy? I think when you scanned across, I caught a glimpse of it. If we go to the right-hand side, keep going. Oh, there we
Yeah,
are.
that's
There's
right,
Cavendish
you're
Park.
right in it.
Now you can see those stats. I know that because we pick up a gentleman from there called Paul. But these are single clays, very, very thinly insulated. So clearly, an older people there, I think the noise consideration at 5 o'clock in the morning is something that I think would be unneighbourly.
Yes.
Yes. I agree.
I think the additional hour is not not a good thing. I think the 6 o'clock in the morning, I think is still
It's quite early enough.
it is, but quite early enough. I mean, I know a lot of people's alarms are going off between 6 and 7 because they have to get to work. So I've got no worries with that. But once you start eating into people's
5 o'clock
hours of
yes,
sleep,
yeah.
you're into serious health problems in my view.
Yeah, those people who maybe work nights and get home at 4 o'clock or 5
And there you
o'clock
have
in the
it.
morning.
So I'd like to recommend refusal.
Yes.
And the proposal represents an undesirable intrusion of a business use into a residential area, which by reason of noise and general disturbance would be detrimental to their health and amenities currently enjoyed by local residents. Contrary to Bracknell Forest Local Plan Policy LP 58 and the National Planning Policy Framework. Bracknell Forest Local Plan Table 16 noise standards refers, and our own reason for referral I cite as 2205. Is that seconded?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I've got
Yes.
2. Seconded Councillor Brossard, and all those in favour? That's unanimous. Lovely. Thank you very much. That's a lot of printing, but very necessary. There we are. And I'm going to move us on to 00682 Collingwood, 79 Ellesmore Road. And right. Right. Now, this was quite interesting. I found this interesting. This is the removal of a single bungalow and the building of a pair of semi-detached. The thing I found interesting in the portal, the planning portal, the officer does assessment of the site in relation to the SPA and seeks contribution towards the impact of this development on the SPA. And you may, I'm going to bore you for it with again on this subject, but when I check the policies map for the Bracknell Forest Local Plan, I find that the red line, that is the 400-metre zone that requires an impact assessment on the SPA, this property isn't in it because it's there. That's Culver, and that's the actual property they're talking about. So, yeah, sorry, I should, yeah. And this is the edge of the SPA, and this is the 400-metre. Don't get me going on about cats. This is Ellesmore Road. That's Culver. That's the development site. So it is not. So I just, if you're seeing any adverse impact on the SPA as being a reason, I don't, because I've checked. Right. In my view. Okay, and if you're comfortable with that, members,
Yes.
that I couldn't find a technical reason, material planning reason why this should not go ahead. Now, I'm very aware of the emotive consideration that we shouldn't be getting rid of bungalows because the need for older people need bungalows. That has been said to me.
Ultimately, it's almost a covenant situation.
Unfortunately, modern planning rules have decided that bungalows are an inefficient use of space. So replacing bungalows with 2-story or another 2 properties is, if it is not contrary to the planning policies of the area, is acceptable. So unless members have, go for it.
Well, I'm not entirely clear. We've got this plan up and it shows car parking space 2 each. Can we see where the actual car parks, where the cars are going to be parked?
Well, yeah, that's
Because
my next point.
it's not very clear from the arrow. The arrow seems to be pointing just to the 2 bays on one side, but not the 2 bays on the other.
This is the better. This is the better plan that you need to be reviewing.
So where are the cars going to go? Where are the 4 cars going to go?
Well, technically, what they're showing is you'll go on to and 2 go left, and then at the moment it's only showing 1 going right.
Yeah, and where's the other? Yes,
but this space can take another vehicle.
But
that's what I wanted. Yeah.
But it doesn't actually show that.
But it doesn't show it. That's
which I would like to see. We normally do require evidence. Because if a van parks, then how wide is that in terms of if a vehicle parks there, can the second vehicle then access the 2 parking bays on the drive side?
If somebody parks there, can they get out round?
Can they articulate, or they then have to reverse out?
Yeah,
onto the main road. I think it's a slightly convoluted, contrived parking configuration. I would have liked to have actually seen physically the layout or the simulation of a car parking.
This says here 2 car parking spaces.
Pointing to where? I can only see 1.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Because it says 2 car parking spaces.
Because if you look at it, car parking space 2x each. Yeah, but that's 2 spaces for the one property. But where are the 2 spaces for the other one?
No, there's 2.
Yes,
it only shows 1, but it says 2.
I can see there's 2 on the left hand. Hatched area.
It's not clear to me.
That grey hatched area, presumably.
Those are the 2. Those are the 2 that are valid.
That's fine. That's 3 car parking spaces.
Yeah,
total of 3 for the 2 houses.
Are they proposing then a tandem parking? Because I think if they do that, that will restrict the access to the topmost parking space on the left.
So, given that the parking arrangements are not clear,
and there's no highways report, is there?
And there isn't a highways report because I went after one.
Fine. Okay. Yes, I would have wanted to see that.
I'm quite happy to move refusal on the grounds of inadequate parking.
Well, yes. Failure to demonstrate the provision of parking for 2 parking spaces for the right-hand property.
Yes.
Yeah. Although it mentions it, it doesn't actually show where it would happen.
To take your point, it would be easy to make an assumption, they will probably be able to park in that wider area, but it doesn't show that.
It doesn't show on the back of the property.
And I don't think we can assume.
And quite often we get plans where they show the manoeuvre.
Show the tracking.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. How do they get to that? Oh, right. But it doesn't go down the side.
Google Earth it and see.
Yeah, no, I can see now because they're on the side of the road.
But does it show
They're gonna
that?
go- yeah, watch.
Does
They're
it
going to go down there, and there's, look, can you see it?
Yeah.
There's a, if you just look left a bit, no, too far.
Oh,
Come back, not that. Come, that's it. Is that the back of it?
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
back of it there. Yeah.
That's the back of it.
That's it then, yeah.
That's where the second parking space.
What is the wording? I haven't got my glasses on. Is that say parking one or plot
Park,
one?
it just says plot. Plot.
Yes,
It says plot two,
Two.
plot one,
And then
plot two.
there's two plot ones at the front on
Yeah.
the left, and then a plot
Oh,
two on
right, yes,
the
okay.
right.
It's unusual to show as a plot as opposed to a parking
Parking,
space.
yeah, but it does show, look, that parking is, there are two spaces for each house, which is complies.
But if you look, Chairman, on this one, it doesn't then show an arrow. Our proposed shared driveway.
Proposed, yeah, that's the bit here.
Oh, okay then.
But then,
So, but surely that's up away.
then it's quite clear that there's another
Oh,
parking space there. So I'm afraid we would,
that's okay then.
that would
Yes,
be a bit embarrassing.
It's a bit ambiguous, I have
Yeah,
to say.
yeah, the plan could be better presented.
Agreed. Okay, well, it will be down to highways ultimately to.
So
Yes,
that's
Richard.
probably
Right.
why there's no highways comments on it, because it complies with parking standards.
Or could it be that it's too early in the? Well, no, because it was launched on the 22nd of October. So
Yeah,
that
no,
was
no.
a month ago. So
They would have
fine.
liked.
Okay, well, look, in that case, then, Chairman.
So I'm
yeah.
afraid,
Okay,
councillor, there are adequate parking spaces.
yes,
So
okay, it
I'm-
meets the criteria.
it meets our parking standards, etc. So, so this is 79 Owlsmore Road. I'm going to move no material comments or objections. That's seconded from councillor Ives, And- moved, and that's unanimous. Thank you. Okay. And our last one on this agenda, the 00625. Don't bother going on Google Earth because you can't get to see it. But I'm not sure this one needs a great deal of debate as it's the Royal Military Academy, Edgerton Road, and the proposed demolition of a brick-built medical centre store down to the slab, but the slab to be retained. And as it's not in a residential area, and there's no street scene to be considered in that context, I can see no material reason why they can't do it.
I agree.
I just hope they don't do it with a big explosion. They do it quietly.
That's, they didn't tell you, that's the method of demolition.
Yeah, please do it quietly. So I'm happy to move no material comments or objections. Seconded, Chairman. Seconded. All those in favour? And that is done. And it only remains for me to thank everybody and to tell you the next meeting is the 22nd of December.
Deal with.
Plan update.
Oh, neighbourhood plan update. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Gosh. Yes, neighbourhood plan update. Well, as members will know, the neighbourhood plan is now out under what's called a Regulation 14 consultation, and everybody that either has an interest in Sandhurst, namely businesses or landowners, so forth, and residents, can now read the draft policies on our website along with the supporting documents. And I think it's item number 10 is also a summary page that is the proper summary that goes with the actual draft document. Everybody has until the 9th of January to read, inwardly digest, and comment. I will say I have been very favourably impressed when I've been delivering the notification letters to businesses in the area I was allocated in Little Sandhurst, that there are a lot of positive comments about what the policies are trying to achieve for everyone in Sandhurst. And it was really, it's really worth taking the time to go through either the summary, which tells you the areas that are being addressed, or to go through in detail and make comments about any detail proposals. And more importantly, anybody that wants to be specific about support for any of the local green spaces that are being proposed, we're really pleased to get any comments from that. And that, folks, until the 9th of January, we will just be reminding people every so often that it's there. And after that, we will then take any inputs we've been given, make any adjustments if necessary to the policies. The document then goes to Bracknell Forest, who check it all out again. It will go through consultants that we have engaged to make sure everything's square and hunky-dory. And then the local plan authority, Bracknell Forest, will appoint an inspector to review it. And in that process, we, the town council, will be asked to ratify those final policies, and then the residents get the opportunity to vote for it themselves in a referendum, probably around about the middle of next year.
Mhm.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's also, Chairman, very satisfying to see such a high level of attendance at the presentation that Ian made. I
Yes.
think there were 15 people present. You were there, Chris.
Yeah, well, sorry I didn't give you notice I was
No,
coming. but-
No, it was really it was very nice to see councillors attending the briefing, the workshop, and the contributions that were made, and it was very positive across the board, which was good. So, yes, okay, everybody.
Yep,
That's
thank you, Chairman.
my update. And
Okay.
the next meeting is on the 22nd of December.
So we won't have to wish everyone a happy Christmas yet.
Not yet. No.
Your time,
No.
your time will come.
Bring our Father Christmas helmets and all that.